And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. We are in fact live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here. Welcome to the live stream. Sorry we are a little bit late today. But, well, I'm joined today with returning guest Rusosium.
Hello everyone. I'm sorry, it was my fault.
No worries, no worries. And today we are back with some more Star Wars The High Republic by Kevin Scott. Yay! So,
such happiness.
So we ended up falling a little bit behind, so I'm going to try to catch up a little bit by... Well, I think what I'll do is I'll just have it be, the next few weeks be just High Republic, I guess, because we do seem to need to catch up on this, because, might as well see just how bad it gets and get it over with, you know? So, anyways, if I remember correctly...
A bit pain. Just saying.
If I remember correctly, the last issue was where we got introduced to Space Alex Jones, who decided to drop red pills on the behavior of the Jedi in Space Jerusalem.
I still wonder why this story was made.
That's a good question.
I mean, I laughed a lot, but...
Not for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then we also ended up with monuments getting torn down by people who, while they were trying to tear the statues down with ropes, had also set explosive charges onto the statues. Now, why you wouldn't do one or the other is... I
mean, if you are going to blow it, okay. If you are going to throw it down, fine. If you are doing both, something might go wrong, I think.
It seems like a good way for accidents to happen, but I digress. Anyways, let's get on to it, shall we? The High Republic. Battle for the Force. Chapter 1. The Day the Statue Fell. Death has come to Jeddah, spurned by the convocation. Verth Plouth, herald of the path of the open hand, takes to the streets to incite a riot. As he speaks, a nameless terror sweeps over the crowd, sparking horrific visions in anyone capable of touching the Force. Nearby, masked raiders break into the Temple of Kaiba, giving disgraced guardians of the Wills, Tay Sarek, the opportunity he needs to escape his prison cell. His liberty proves short-lived, as the guardian-turned-thief is forced to protect those who locked him away. Meanwhile, Jedi Vildar Mak tries to help those trapped in a collapsing almshouse, only to get buried himself when the explosions shift the building's foundations. During this time, Olivier Viseveron and Master Leban race to protect the gigantic statue of a Jedi warrior that has stood silently in Jeddah's frozen desert for centuries. But they arrive too late, and the statue begins to fall. Alright. I think that is Leban. Or Leban, so... I think I was... were you... or do you want to voice him, or shall I? It's been a good while, so...
Who was Leban? I forgot now.
Siege says, hello, Siege.
Hey, Siege.
I guess I can voice him.
Yeah, better other way.
Can you remember where you were when the statue fell? I get asked that all the time. There are so many answers, depending on where you were that day. In the riot that tore up the square of the supplicants, or the battle that shattered any hope of peace between Iram and Erenah. Everyone has their own story to tell. But one thing was certain. Jeddah would never be the same again. Oh, wait. So, alright, Master Leban was that character. My bad. So I was voicing Vildar Mac. Yeah, that's who that was there. So, you want to voice the girl here, or
If you could.
if I could?
Yeah.
Okay. Master Leban.
Yes, Olivia. And where? Do not fuss.
Don't fuss. They brought the statue down. They could have killed us. Vroom. They could have killed themselves. Also, what is that face?
Need for speed. Well, that's.
Uh,
I fear we have more pressing concerns.
hear this almshouse, Vildar Mac.
Mati? Mati, is that you?
If you can hear this. Oh, wait, that's her. Okay. If you can hear this, the almshouse operated by the Path of the Open Hand has collapsed. Jedi Vildar Mac was inside, tending to the wounded. I can't move the debris on my own. Still affected by whatever happened in the square. Please send assistance.
The Jedi. She attacked the path. She brought the building down on them. Damn head tails.
No, it wasn't like that. We were trying to help. Zack. My friend is still down there. Ugh. I'm trapped. I can't get free. Oh, wait, no, that's different characters.
Somebody help me.
Please, don't let it crush us. I don't want to die. No one is going to die.
Don't say that over your Jedi. It's your fault. You are never the Force user.
I love how he is saving their lives right now, and they are still telling him off.
Why not? The only thing they can do right now is complain. I mean, they could help.
They could, but... my name is Vildar, and the Force user is stopping the building from landing on your head.
It would have been if it wasn't for parasites like you trying the Force.
No, Jaden. We're here because an explosion brought the roof down. The fighting on the streets.
Fighting starts by them. It comes back to the leeches. To those who should know better. Is that true?
No.
You will be able to save us.
Probably not. Wait! You said no one was going to die earlier. Let me see. Yeah, last page. No one is going to die. Will you be able to save us? Probably not.
I don't know. He is cracking under pressure. The best I can give him.
Well, if he's cracking under pressure, then what the hell is he doing at being a Jedi Master?
I don't know. What is this planet doing existing?
It's so
Because
Kevin Scott can have some hot takes about a certain country that some say is not legitimate. Personally, I'd say my own 2 cents are on the matter of, considering how many wars they fought, I'd say they earned their own legitimacy on that one, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. I mean, in real history, it is complicated. Let's leave it at that.
Mm.
In this fictional history, this place, I am surprised it lasted more than 5 minutes.
Yep. Even the comic is calling him out on the whole, will he be able to save us? Probably not. But you said... I want to save you more than anything, but holding this up is costing me everything I have. Can anyone crawl to the surface?
I can try.
We need better than that. You need to succeed.
Wow. Thanks for the pep talk. It's a real help.
You couldn't blame Vildar for being... Alright, so this is a different character. Okay. You couldn't blame Vildar for being grumpy. The poor guy was under a whole heap of pressure.
Is this the fucking moment to crack a joke?
Yeah. And he wasn't the only one. Ow! That hurt. Wham!
Off die break. What is it?
The rod of what now? Slow down, mate.
Tell me, Leo.
Jam. Auckland Vis?
Why aren't you in your setting?
Really? That's your focus right now?
The rubbish in here. Retreat!
Oh, Criff. Close your eyes!
They are gone. Corset.
No, really, you're welcome. Don't mention it at all. Captain, we must seal the temple.
Of course, activist. Please, to our guardians. Seal the entrance. No one gets in.
And no one gets out. Seriously? Oh, now you show up? Thanks for the help, Scoot. Zoop zoop. Can hear this? The almshouse collapsed. Vildar inside, wounded. Wait, that's Maddie. Captain, we have to help them. We have to help everyone.
Our only responsibility is to the temple.
The temple? Jeddah is burning, Auckland. But I suppose that's all fine and dandy as long as your little statues are safe. You say the Force is with you, but all you care about is your duty. What about the people outside the temple, Vis? What about your duty to them? You're a guardian of the wills, Captain. But what exactly are you... Alright, so that... but what exactly are you guarding?
How are you doing?
It's tight.
Yes, but can you get through?
I'm doing my best. Perhaps our Jedi friend could give me a little more room.
Well, can you?
I thought you didn't want me to use the Force. Wait, you're not using the Force now? What?
Something is not right here. Look, he's levitating the rocks. He's using the Force. But he's more or less hinting that he isn't. This comic is slightly confusing.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Cavan Scott's writing.
Uh,
He's
and
doing...
how
Yeah.
much is this guy paid?
You know what? I want to see how much money Disney is wasting on Cavan Scott.
Oh my god, this is going to be horrible.
I don't think we'll actually get an answer, to be honest, because Cavan Scott net worth between $1 to $5 million in total.
Excuse me?
Between $1 to $5 million in total.
There are so many places that money could go. So many places.
Now, the annual salary is under review, so we don't actually have the actual number for that. But, yeah, this guy is a millionaire who basically just makes stuff like this.
I am pretty sure I know what you were going to say first, but let's leave it at that. Oh, God. This is fucking depressing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's continue.
Anyways, he's doing everything he can, Jaden.
He can do more. I know he can. Look, I know it is a lot to ask, and I know that the past says about you. But I heard the legends. How you help people. How you do the impossible. You can do this, Master Jedi. I know you can. We believe in you.
So this is turning into an anime plot line where they're going to be saved through the power of friendship. Friendship from people who hate the Jedi Master.
It's friendship when it is convenient to them. And I am pretty sure that they are still going to hate him, even if they live through this.
It's almost like there's a reason why when far leftists talk about their acquaintances, they refer to them as allies, not friends.
Because
almost as if it's very convenient and expendable.
Yeah, you can turn on an ally, and there is no real problem with that. No, if you turn against friends, that is pretty bad.
I was in trouble once when I was a little boy. This really is an anime plotline. We're now getting a backstory. We're going to eventually get this character's theme song playing in the background while he manages to miraculously move the boulders through the power of friendship after we get through the backstory.
Look, if he powers up while screaming, we have a problem.
I was in trouble once when I was a little boy. A bad man came to our village, did terrible things. Okay, this is turning to a very dark turn all of a sudden. Is this saying is this giving off some very, is this Cavan Scott talking about Jeffrey Epstein by chance? Or?
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
I was so scared. I thought I was going to die.
I think it cut.
Okay, it did cut. Where did it end?
I was so scared, thought he was going to die, and then...
Alright.
Then audio dropped.
And then help arrived out of nowhere. Help who saw something in me, who thought I could be more. Master Larty believed in me, told me I had to push myself, not to always play by the rules, but the rules are important. Rules keep people safe. What?
Oh.
What the? Play play by the rules, except do play by the rules.
Look, this is slightly contradicting. Do I follow the rules or not?
Cavan Scott is evolving. He's now moved into the state where he can contradict himself in the same fucking sentence.
I mean,
okay, I need to get Osmogon into this stream to see some of this.
Oh, you serious?
We need to. Yeah, I'm going to send him a note just so he could try having a look at this stream because
I am almost sure he's going to tell you to shut off.
I can't believe. Is he on his? Okay, so is he? Oh, he actually is no longer on his Discord server. That's because he was on earlier, and I was going to actually see about getting in touch with him to try to tell him to. Because, wow.
If nothing else, it will have been funny. Now, if you send him the comic later, he might still scream.
Yeah. This is.
Let's see if it gets even worse.
Let's see.
Careful, the rubber's shifting.
I'm sorry. I thought I could hold it, but it's too much. Oh, too much.
Oh, save us. Oh, save us, please.
You were the one that was complaining about him using the Force.
Look, these guys say that you should not use the Force, but the Force exists. And if you don't use the Force does nothing. So how is it going to save you? Just a question.
Yeah. Wait, you're doing it. I can see the sky. It's not me. Hello down there. Need a hand? Tay, keep doing what you're doing. You old Drydock. The cavalry's arrived. Finally.
Don't make me regret this, CIARAN.
Why would you regret helping out like that? Oh, well.
Because apparently he has to be an asshole at all points.
Apparently.
I mean, it is hard for me to remember this comic, not only because we take some time from every issue, but because it is so badly written that I cannot remember the people in it.
I can remember some of the stupidity as far as the events are concerned. I can also remember the fact that Cavan Scott seems to have a weird obsession with Space Jerusalem. At least if this comic is anything to go by.
Yeah, I'm destroying it.
But,
either that or he just wants to make this as supposedly controversial as possible.
I mean, would Disney really want to have some spicy takes on Space Jerusalem? All I'm saying is we know what happened to Kanye.
Look, can Disney really get into this? Didn't they get into a lot of trouble as of late?
Yeah, but Disney has been selective with who they've been getting into trouble with. Because they've been getting into trouble with people like Ron DeSantis. And, you know, people where it is, where the mainstream wants you to hate. So Like mainstream media wants you to hate people like Ron DeSantis, for example.
Yeah, but at this point, they are not gaining anymore. They are just losing, and they are being sued, I think.
I mean, I do agree with you. They are on the losing end. But the whole point I'm getting at is the way it works is they have to be picky on who they decide to. They have to be picky on who they decide to make enemies and whatnot, and I don't think this is particularly something that Disney would want to do. Again, let's be clear. To be clear, I don't think it's exactly politically correct to criticize the religion that happens to be that. All right, Discord is still loading up. All right, we are back. Can you hear me, Oros?
Yep.
Cool. So, sorry about that, everyone who was waiting. Thank you, YouTube, for giving me trouble like that. Alright. So,
We might have to limit our topics for a while.
Yeah, because we know how YouTube is. In fact, in this case, it wasn't just YouTube, it was the internet in general, so... So it appears actually to really be the internet provider that's at fault here.
Right. Shall we try to finish this one?
Yes. Alright, so let's go ahead and carry on.
Okay, I can voice this too. That's it. We've got you.
Vildar? Vil? Get the people out, Maddie. I can't hold it on my own. You don't have to, Captain.
I'm still not sure this will work. We are not Jedi.
But you believe, don't you? You trust in the Force.
Do you even have to ask? I am all one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
I am one with the Force.
And the Force is with me.
I am one with the Force. I am one with the Force. And the Force is with me.
I am one with the Force.
And the Force is with me.
Oh, fuck, baby. Why? Why must it be a joke and then be true?
Through the power of friendship, after a backstory.
What a bullshit.
And if you count the whole I am one with the Force and the Force is with me as a theme, we have the holy trifecta of an anime.
This is what funny and painful. Very, very painful, more than anything.
Yes, it is.
Well, I will just take my wins where I can, and it only has 2 or 3 more pages.
Yes. Now that's the way to do it. Good work, fella. Are you hurt? No. Thumb. Long may it last, which won't be long by the sound of that mob.
We can hold them off.
Are you sure, Captain?
Of course. We are warriors, aren't we?
What about the people? A lot of them are hurt. Can you get them to a med center? Not without taking them through the carnage. We need somewhere nearby. Somewhere safe. You don't say. Any ideas? Actually, yes. I know the perfect place.
Come here, Stefan. Let me cut him away here, you. You are supposed to keep the shivers out.
Sorry, boss.
That's it. Shut the doors and let me miss flowers for business.
We're trying.
They're stuck.
No, they're not.
Sorry. Kevin has careless orders. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
You're closing? You never close.
Elizabeth, let me listen on a battlefield.
No, but you told me it was a haven, a sanctuary. And sanctuary is precisely what this city needs. To be continued.
Oh, God.
Well, that is done. I think if I had to describe it perfectly, if you zoom in, the guy in the right-hand side there with the 1,000-yard stare,
Oh, yeah.
that is the perfect reaction to this comic and what it does to Star Wars.
Look, sometimes I exaggerate when I say this was bad, but this was bad.
Was it as bad as that movie we ended up watching this month for the community event?
It was worse. I mean, at least they put effort on that movie.
For those who don't know, we ended up, since it's April, for the community event this month, we did a movie that's so bad it's good. And so I picked a very obscure one, Dark Universe from 1993. It was very... There was a lot of laughter.
It was an interesting night, let's say.
I'm sorry, someone appears to be at the door. How will we ever be able to find that spaceship and all this foliage? 2 seconds later and 20 feet later worth of walking. Hey, we found it!
By the way, the spaceship was basically a tower at this point.
Yes. Out in the middle of the open.
In a swamp. Which is, I mean, I know it is nowhere at the same level. But I think Star Wars, I think the X-Wing, I think what happens to the X-Wing when it landed where it landed, in a fucking swamp, and it sinks.
And the thing is, the X-Wing landed in the swamp. This thing crashed from space into the swamp.
I mean, with its size, if we saw the thrusters, we would be lucky.
And what else? Oh, yes. So, remember, a pistol can only hold 3 rounds in it. Before you need to... Also, while rocket fuel and re-entering the atmosphere cannot melt steel beams, swamp gas can, apparently.
Look. I'm trying to be positive, okay?
Oh, and you remember the thing that escaped and jumped onto the top of the tent? As the guy watched it jump up there and he lost track of it. And it somehow ambushed him.
Look, if it had been a silent little thing, okay. But it was like a rubber fucking ball every time it moved. And I don't think it was for the viewer. I think it was the sound it was making constantly. How the fat man lost it, I don't know. Look, don't make me
I know,
turn a
I
new
know,
one, okay?
I know. So, all right, getting back to the comic here, though. Thoughts on this particular comic?
How to put this delicately? It's horrible. I hate it. Thank you for carrying me. But in all seriousness, I look. I am going to say that when I write something, I am very anal about the times. I revisit everything I write far too many times, so I am very slow when I do it. But this guy didn't do that once. He contradicts himself in the same speech bubble.
Let me actually see if there's an editor on this. I want to double check, make sure that there was actually an editor.
What? If
Yes, there was an editor, and an editor of chief, and an Okay, so there were 2 associate editors, a regular editor, and an editor in chief, plus the writer. 5 people. 5 people read through that, and at no point, not a single one of them went, yeah, that actually, the fact that line contradicts itself in the same sentence is probably something we should fix.
Look, how the fuck can almost anyone in the internet make the shittiest fanfiction and still make more sense than
Wait. There's actually a 6th one. The letterer as well. So that's 6 people who read that. 2 who actually had to write it down, the letterer and the writer, and the 4 editors on top of that. And at no point did any of these... Oh, wait, there's actually even more. There's a senior editor as well.
You're only making
7 people.
Worse.
7 people now have read this, saw that maybe read this, 2 of which personally wrote this, the writer and the letterer, and none of these people thought maybe, just maybe, we should try redoing that particular line.
Oh, fuck. Look,
how the fuck am I able to single-handedly show greater intelligence than 7 people working at Disney for a living?
Look, I want to kill someone right now.
I mean, you're not the only one at this point.
I mean, if it is one single person, let's put it that way. If it was one single person writing this whole comic, and if they weren't all that familiar with Star Wars, but they were placed here for some reason, I could accept it. Okay? But we have 7 people now. All of them well paid, I must say.
At least, compare this to an actual So Bad It's Good film, like Tommy Wiseau's The Room. At least Tommy Wiseau has the excuses that he was doing this by himself as the scriptwriter, director, main actor, and producer and whatnot. And also he had the excuse of being an amateur and not being a professional who is working for Disney. And also, like I said, so he's by himself and he's wearing multiple hats to do the job and he isn't working for Disney. These people don't have those excuses.
At this point, the only thing I can think of that is happening is that it is all on purpose. It cannot be anything else.
I mean, the whole Space Jerusalem thing definitely is on purpose at this point.
No, I mean, yes, it is already retarded. But at least you can make the comic enjoyable. You can try to make people see it the way you want it to be seen. You know, the idea is to endear the reader, to make them want more, and maybe to make them think like you in this case, because we all know. But all of this is only making me want to burn the copies that I find.
This actually reminds me of a story. There's actually a cult that existed in the 90s around a video game that was so bad that the cult existed to round up all copies of that game and destroy them.
What game?
I think it was Shaq Fu.
Oh, shit!
I think there was actually... It might have been a different game, but I think it was Shaq Fu, if I remember correctly. But I know for a fact the whole burning the games thing was an actual thing.
I think it was Shaq Fu, and it got revived when they made a remake or something of Shaq Fu. I know there is a quote-unquote second game of Shaq Fu that has nothing to do with the first one. And it is basically as bad in modern times. And still, I would prefer to play those games, buy them even, than read more of this. So yeah, the comic is bad.
Yeah, there is actually... Okay, so I was double-checking, and yes. The website is still up. And it says, we have Shaq Fu Liberation Front.
Oh, shit!
And our backers are aware of the intentions. Okay,
There are still 5 more issues.
maybe. I'm not sure how many is left.
No, I mean, they marked to make till 10.
But yeah, that is actually a cult that exists just to destroy all the copies of Shaq Fu in the world. Maybe we could get a similar cult for High Republic.
There is a lot of burning to do in that case.
And besides, well, at least High Republic has the blade, so that's something.
That, and it is going to be very easy to find in all copies because they are all going to be in landfills.
Yeah, this is going to be another. This is going to be another ET for the Atari 2600.
I don't know, man. I feel bad comparing this to ET.
Yeah.
I think it is better, and it is cheap.
You think ET for the Atari 2600 is better? That is a
Yes.
burn. The fact, I will say this, as bad as the comic is, I still think the original High Republic Adventures is worse. So think about, let that sit for a moment, everyone. When compared to E.T. for the Atari 2600, the game that is most recognized for crashing the video game industry in the early 80s, High Republic is worse, but it's not only not the worst comic book currently, it's not even the worst Star Wars comic, and it's not even the worst High Republic comic either.
We only go lower.
That tells you exactly the level that we're acting on this. So yeah, this is absolutely terrible. And yeah, I don't think there's much more that needs to be said, is there?
Not really. I mean, I would like at least to compliment some of the characters, the drawings, anything. In this case, I I can't. It is just bad. So there is nothing else to say.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here because, there's not much that much more to say right now. So I think we'll go ahead and call it at least until next week. We'll probably be jumping into some more of this. But, this has been Ace.
And this has been Kudos.
And we both hope to see you all again soon. Till then,